Hey everyone, it's been a crazy busy week for space news. Here's the edit of all the space news stories we covered in the shorts this week. All the links are in the description, and don't forget to join us live on Twitch 8 p.m. on Sunday when we'll be talking about space and watching a Firefly Alpha launch live from Vandenberg in California. Have a good one. A 6.5-hour spacewalk that was planned for 2 astronauts on the ISS this morning has been called off by NASA. A significant water leak was discovered in a spacesuit umbilical after the astronauts entered the airlock, and it was decided to terminate the spacewalk. This follows the cancellation of a spacewalk June 13th due to what NASA called spacesuit discomfort. Theoretically, there's another spacewalk planned for July 2nd. The return of Boeing's Starliner capsule has also been delayed again until at least July 2nd, the third such delay from the original June 13th date. We know there's a population of massive black holes of unknown origin out there because they've been seen by gravitational wave detectors like LIGO and Virgo. Some astronomers think these black holes could be a significant source of the mysterious dark matter in the universe. However, a group from the Optical Gravitational Lensing Experiment has published results from 20 years of observations of gravitational microlensing events in the Small Magellanic Cloud. These results imply that such black holes can only account for a maximum of 11% of dark matter, so it looks like it's back to the drawing board for the primordial black hole as dark matter theory. China's Chang'e 6 sample return capsule landed successfully in Mongolia at 2:07 a.m. EDT this morning. The capsule contains about 2 kilograms of material from the lunar far side and will be the first samples that we'll be able to examine from that part of the moon. Because the appearance and composition of the near and far sides of the moon are very different, it's hoped that these new samples will help us better understand how the moon formed and also the history of the solar system. The sunspot that gave us the amazing auroral displays in May has rotated back into view for the third time, and although much smaller than before, it's still very active, throwing off an M9.3 class solar flare a couple of days ago. The sunspot gets a new number every time it comes around. It was 3664 when it gave us the aurora, then 3697, and now AR 3723. There was stunning footage last night of NASA's Gozhou satellite separating from its Falcon Heavy second stage after a successful launch yesterday afternoon. As you can see in the image below, the Earth is shining in the background as NASA's latest weather satellite drops away from the launch vehicle and starts to position itself into its geostationary orbit. There's a link to the video in the description. If you're thinking I'm way too old to be making YouTube videos, you might be right, but here's news of NASA astronaut Don Pettit, who's 69 years old and will be heading to the International Space Station in September for 6 months. This will be his 4th stay at the ISS. Pettit has spent 370 days in space and also previously flew on the Space Shuttle. There's an interesting article by ESA on the phys.org website talking about their plans to develop zero-debris satellites by 2030. ESA's working with Airbus Defence and Space, OHB, and Thales Alenia Space on this ambitious project, and it'll be interesting to see if they can get it done on such a relatively short timescale. A satellite unexpectedly broke up yesterday at an altitude close to that of the ISS. As a precaution, ISS astronauts were told to shelter in their respective spacecraft in case debris from the satellite threatened the ISS. After about an hour, it became clear there was no threat to the ISS and normal operations were resumed. Although this was an unplanned breakup, the incident highlights the dangers of space debris and the need for action to clean up orbital space near Earth. On that note, NASA has awarded SpaceX a contract to build a vehicle to safely deorbit the International Space Station when the time comes. Currently, Russia has agreed to support the ISS through 2028 and the other partner countries through 2030. NASA has said it plans to keep the ISS in orbit until commercial space stations are ready for astronauts. Multiple consortiums are working on stations, including Blue Origin, Axiom Space, and Voyager Space. The $843 million contract is for the development of a vehicle which will dispose of the ISS, quote, in a controlled manner. China's Chang'e 6 return capsule has been opened in Beijing, and the inner sample container with its precious cargo of lunar farside rocks is being moved to a specially developed facility. The container will be opened, the rocks sorted, and sent out to various labs around the world for further analysis. A harmless asteroid that was discovered June 16th will pass inside the orbit of the Moon on the 29th of June at roughly 13:45 UTC. Asteroid 2024 MK is between 120 and 270 meters across, and if you have a small telescope, there's a good chance you'll be able to spot the asteroid. I included links in the description that will help you know where to look on the sky to find it. And join us on Twitch Sunday night starting at 8 p.m. for a Firefly Alpha launch live from California at 9:08 p.m.